listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Welcome to the White Wall Sessions Radio. I'm your host, Dan Schaefer. On this week's episode, we feature Superior Siren, Trap Kit, and Mathew James and the Rust Belt Union. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter by searching The White Wall Sessions. We are now accepting submissions for Season 7. To submit, go to whitewallsessions.com. The White Wall Sessions would like to thank these fine sponsors for their support. Last Stop CD Shop, Bell Incorporated, Workplace IT Management, J. Rick Luthery, The University Center, Screen Flare, The Pink Moon Room, Club David, Great Outdoor Store, local branded convenience stores, Minuteman Press, Vishnu Bunny Tattoo and Piercing, and South Dakota Friends of Traditional Music. Superior Siren is a 4-piece orchestral string band from Duluth, Minnesota. The all-female quartet simply amazed the audience and crew alike with their chilling arrangements and hauntingly beautiful lyrics. Superior Siren is Laura Sellner on guitar and vocals, Rachel Gobin on cello, Nissa Krause on bass, and Emma Diener on drums.
Gold coins on his eyelids, satin shades through the glass. Cold snow in the morning, she's merry and fast. She's waiting for the train to arrive. She'll see her man when she dies. Cold beds and tomatoes, red juicy lips plump. One shot from the arrows hit center and stuck. She's waiting for the train to arrive. She'll see her man when she dies. Pours a tall glass of brandy, sips sweetly and hums. Tears fall much too easily, won't stop till she's gone. She's waiting for the train to arrive. She'll see her man when she dies. She's waiting for the train to arrive. She'll see her man when she dies.
Thank you.
We're here at the White Wall Sessions with Superior Siren. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Are you all sort of based in Duluth right now? Is that what we say? Or North Shore, maybe?
Yes, the Duluth.
Okay.
I live on the south shore of Superior in Wisconsin, so I'm just on the opposite side of the lake.
Okay. So you're still friends, even though you're from Wisconsin.
We invite them.
Yes,
We invite them.
You still live there anymore.
2 Scotties, 2 Sutons.
When did this band form?
So I started Superior Siren as a solo project in 2014 and worked with many different musicians, and over time developed the sound that I wanted to create, and first sought out Rachel because I thought the cello would be a good addition to this kind of eerie folk sound I was trying to create. And then Emma saw her out one night and she was like, if you ever need a drummer, let me know. And I kept that in mind, and so brought her into the project. And then we wanted to complete the all-female band and the Siren theme. And so we sought out Nissa Kraus, and it was very much like a blind date where I sent her a message on Facebook and was like, hey, we are playing music and we need a bass player, and many people recommended you. And she came over to Emma's house one night and we had some wine and
We lured her in.
She
just kind of felt it out, and we knew that it'd be a good fit. And so, yes, this is the complete band.
Yeah, I would say it's a success because what a great sounding band. I mean, the individual pieces of this, complement your music so well, I believe.
Yes.
Emma, that drum style you've got is really cool. It's almost symphony style, right?
Yes, very
Have
much
you
so.
been a drummer for a long time?
Not much. I mean, I'm really self-taught in a lot of ways. I was in high school bands here and there. And again, I was in the percussion section playing the timpani. So
Yeah.
definitely
Okay, that's where
inspired
it
by
came
that
from.
symphonic sound,
Yeah.
and how percussive elements can mirror the sounds and the emotions that are within the music, and call upon sounds of the lake that we use and that inspires the music that
Sure.
we create alongside it.
Nice. And Rachel, the cello is a very emotional instrument, wouldn't you say?
It is. Yes, it
And
is.
you can really use that, and boy, you use it good in these songs.
Yeah, thank
Have you been playing a long time?
I've been playing for a very long time. I come from a classical background, so I started playing when I was about 11 or 12, and I'm almost 30, so
Oh yeah.
like 17, 18 years or so now. But yeah, before I started the band or was with the band, I was strictly classical, and I went to school for music, and I thought that was what I wanted to do, play in symphonies and do all that kind of stuff. And I realized it wasn't quite the track that I wanted to do. I wanted to do more of like what we're doing here, because like I was a good cellist, but I also procrastinated a lot and didn't practice like I was supposed to. So kind of set myself back a little bit on that aspect, but yeah, playing a long time.
You landed good. How about you, Nissa? How long have you been playing? Is that your only instrument, or do you play others?
No, I play a lot of instruments, but bass, I started in like middle school playing electric bass. My dad is a touring musician, and his bass player one day when I was helping them load gear said, "You have bass fingers. You should pick up a bass." And I was like, okay, because I was already playing violin and piano and flute. And so I picked up the bass and fell in love with it. I played upright bass, and I went to school for jazz. So I mostly have a jazz background. And going for school for music kind of killed my love of playing music. It really burnt
Seriously,
me out.
Yeah,
Really?
that's exactly what happened to me too. Yeah.
So before I met these girls, I hadn't played bass for maybe 8-10 years, like for real. And I was just kind of singing in groups and doing little things. But when they hunted me down and pursued me to be in the band with them, yeah, they recruited me. I met them, and we just became instant friends and family, and it really kind of helped refine my passion for playing.
Well, there's so much space in these songs, particularly with Emma's drum style and, all that going on. There's room for everybody, and that must be kind of refreshing to be able to play in that environment.
I think that's really intentional. We really like to leave space and not be too busy, and just really let the songs, and Laura's such a great songwriter, and really letting her lyrics and her voice carry it, and then just really as an accompaniment and not overdo it.
Yeah, that was one of the first things that drew me to join Laura, and why I did offer to drum with you, because she was playing at this club with a bunch of rock and roll fellas.
Really?
Great players in Duluth, but they were so heavy that they were kind of drowning out the beauty and the delicacy within her lyrics, and her vocals and guitar. And, you were missing a lot of the sound that was already there, because it was, full kit and all electric backing, right? Yeah.
It probably sounded cool, but you're right. It really
It was cool. It was an electrified version.
But it wasn't what I wanted. It was it was a wonderful experience working with those guys, and they definitely enhanced my skills and led me in the right direction, but it wasn't quite the sound that I wanted to create. And my songs are very simple, and there's beauty in simplicity, and these ladies definitely just bring the right complementary sound to the songs.
Yeah, I believe that. These songs sound personal, are they?
Yes, I am most influenced by personal experiences, human connection, and feelings. I write a lot to just help me process experiences and release some energy. And yeah, most of the songs that I write are about love or connections with people and family members.
Is it something you feel you want to share with people, or you feel you need to get that out of you?
I feel it's more something that I need to get out. It's kind of just this innate desire to express these things and release them. And it's even better when people listen to them and can relate to them. Like, I start with just trying to get it out, but then it becomes this connection with listeners, and they take it how they want to and use it to help them in any way. And so that's just a very lovely thing. Thank you. Thank you, White Wall Sessions. Thank you all for being here.
Coming up after the break, Trap Kit.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Andrew Jant, aka Trap Kit, comes to us from Rapid City, South Dakota. Andrew was joined by his good friend Eric Domkowski for a memorable Season 6 session. Trap Kit's latest release, live in New York City, is available now. Trap Kit is Andrew Jant, guitar and vocals, and Eric Domkowski on pedal steel, guitar and vocals.
Hear the echoes of the record that I never made. My days in LA, yeah. Now the engine roars, not enough to drown out the silence of a little echo of a chance in my life. I can't say no. Open the places I never knew. In that time I can't comprehend. Can you hear the roar? Blurring out the silence, an echo that I never made before. And now it's taken. And the lights go on. Lights go on. And the voice of the hills now, fighting just to stay alive. And one day you'll come to, as I am intended to. And it's staring at the lake. It's been so long. Once you hold hands of the course, can you hear the roar? Learn out the silence of an echo that I never made before. And now it's taken. Snow in the lake, I'm running now. Baby girl, you've grown. Never hurt me to know from the start. Officially, you weren't mine to love. And the lights go on. 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 Thank you guys very much.
We're here at the White Wall Sessions with Trap Kit.
Hello.
We've got Andrew Jant and Eric Domkowski.
Hello.
From the great Black Hills of South Dakota, Rapid City and Spearfish.
That's right. That's correct.
Welcome. So let's talk about, first of all, the playing. I mean, you've been writing these songs for how long as Trap Kit or as Andrew?
So I think my first song was 19, and I only knew 4 chords. So I was listening to like a lot of hip hop, and then I just like learned a G chord. So I'd be like kind of like the Primus bass slapper guy. I forget his name, but I would just do that. Claypool. Yeah, okay, there you go. That's my source right there. And then I would play something and then play like a G. And so I wrote my first song at 19, and we didn't play it today, but it's I still play it out. It's a
Yeah.
good one. It's decent. So, how about you, Eric? You've been playing since you were.
I've been playing since I was in second grade. So however old you are in second grade, that's when I started.
What did you start on?
A guitar.
Guitar?
Yeah, classical guitar.
So you played the pedal steel today.
Yep.
Now, when a guy goes to say, I think I'm going to play a pedal steel, where's the first place you go? Because it's not like they're in every music store.
So there's just like, it's not a secret, but you have to pay to get in. It's the Steel Guitar Forum. Hi to all those guys. You have to pay like $5 to get in, and then there's all these old dudes selling pedal steel because like everyone who plays pedal steel is like 95 years old. So I bought mine from this guy in New Jersey, and he like took it on faith that PayPal would work because he was kind of scared because he'd never done it before. So I PayPal him the money, and he shipped me the pedal steel. And so you can't hardly buy them in any stores, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you come across one and say, well, I think I'll try that. Usually you have to kind of chase after it.
Yeah, you have to want it. Yeah.
So how long have you been playing, Andrew?
I grew up on the drums, so I started playing the drums and guitar. I was probably 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And didn't know anything. Took some lessons on the drums, and then ended up just kind of applying that in the collegiate years on the guitar, just because I couldn't bring a drum set to the dorm room per se, you know.
So, but you call yourself Trap Kit.
Yeah. So that's what is it? Trap set, drum kit, right? Those are the two. So I just picked that, and it worked.
Nice.
I guess we're stuck with it now. It's kind of late to go
Can't
back
change
today.
it.
So
So you brought a couple of beautiful beauties. Yeah, the Gibson J50. The only other Gibson J50 I've seen is our friend Julie from
Yep.
2 Tracks, and then you bought that nice J45. You're a Gibson guy?
I am. I had a friend and mentor in California that I used to film and still do film these live music videos, kind of similar to this, but just one camera most of the time, and shot with an artist in California at sunset. And he brought this 1961 cherry red J45 to the house, and I was filming up close on that with the beach sunset in the background. And I didn't know anything about vintage guitars until that day, and now I'm hooked. So I think I have 8 of them now, 8 or 9. I thought about bringing more, but I was like, well, you're only going to play one. I mean, they're going to be like nice 9 guitars. You only have 8 songs, but
We like guitar.
yeah.
So, Andrew, those songs you wrote, a lot of lyrics going on, a lot of what seemed like personal lyrics in there.
Yep.
Are they? Are there things that you're experiencing that you write about?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the songs that I've written are almost accidentally in code. So there's it's not telling you a story; it's indicating that a story happened, and then I kind of give clues along the way. It's in a lot of ways a mystery chase scene kind of thing, even for myself to like go through the process of singing those and performing those. And they're all very personal. I maybe make the mistake of not trying to write radio hits. I never knew much about music. I still don't. I don't even know the keys that my songs are in. So I have to trust people like Eric to decode all of that stuff. But I guess they're just opinions and little takes on life. And I think that I'm mostly, we were talking earlier, the band that's here earlier, they were talking about the music plays the band. I really agree with that. I think that it's not me, it's not us. It's this. I mean, the song's kind of, you're just the conduit for that. And I guess they're just a statement on the human condition, for lack of a better term.
So why do you write a song? Do you feel you have something you want to say, or is it a hobby, or is it a puzzle kind of like putting together, or is it something that you just think needs to be done and for you and for others?
That's a really good one. I think I don't force writing a song. City by the Last Light that I played today, I was taking a shower one time, and I got out of the shower and I had this kind of syncopation in my head, and that lyric came up. At the edge of the city, you were waiting by the last light. And after that, I figured, kind of dream about what that would be, and then write a verse of that, and then another line comes. And I think that these are stories that just unfold, and I guess you're just the voice of those. But
sure, well, there seems to be a lot of emotion in your songs. Is that just because you wrote it about something that's emotional to you, or is that just kind of the way you write, or both?
I think that the delivery component of like what we got to experience today is different because I used to just play the songs and go through the motion and hope that I had enough songs to fill the time in a gig that you're playing. And then eventually you realize that, you play an empty gig or play a packed gig, and sometimes you get to connect with the crowd. I would get this great connection with the crowd, and then I would realize, when I'm the most me, I get the best reaction from the crowd. And so I do my best every time to just channel what it is, I guess, just to be me. And I don't know that that's a glorious thing or anything like that, but I think working towards being the best you is really the depiction that I'm always trying to do. So the emotion that I have, I don't know, it's just there. I can't shut it off anymore.
Sure. Well, and it is the full package then, because when you're singing your song and you're putting yourself into it,
yep.
Then you really get to understand who you are.
Yep, absolutely.
But putting the stuff that Eric was doing on there really enhanced it also.
I think if I was a 2 and he's a 2 on his own, and we're like 15 together with him, mostly on him, like 90-10. But it's amazing to play with people that, like I said, my understanding of music is very, very limited. And then you go to someone like Eric who can just, you sit him down and basically a handful of instruments, he'll just flourish. And to see him flourish on the things that I have written is an absolute honor. And today's a perfect depiction of that.
So we've been watching this for a long time, and it's a tremendous honor to be here today with all of you. And we got a lot of good friends from all over different states even have driven in to be in this room with us today. This next song is called California. You're Killing Me. Barely stacked up against the wall. New envelopes I see old. The papers lie lifeless and down, and I can't explain. It's California, you're killing me. Spray around the room, scent of salt and rubber. I can feel it in my breath, more so in my heart. You called it stranded. Many passing by. Sorrow hangs like the wetsuit in the windowsill. It's time to come clean. It's California, you're killing me. The rodents here having to spend time by the fire. The rats they dance, the rats they drink. There's already been enough said about that. The ones you love are leaving. In California, you're killing me. Late when the doorbell rang, it was early to would guess. She thought the officers had news of her son. To her luck, she wasn't right. They came for a vacation to sit in the sand, to watch the wind low graduate. As they opened the mail miles away, he drank. It was California's killing him, and
things I've ever known from you. I learned the worst things I've ever known from you. I learned the best things I've ever known from you. I learned the worst things I've ever known from you. You're gorgeous, you rock, you roll, you're mine. California, California, you're killing me.
Coming up after the break, Mathew James and the Rust Belt Union.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Mathew James and the Rust Belt Union ventured to Sioux Falls from Des Moines, Iowa. Their unique style of rhythm, blues, and rock and roll, which the band appropriately labels Midwest Junk Soul, rang through the Last Stop Studios. The band is Mathew James on guitar and vocals, Nathan Emerson on pedal steel, Larry Castor on bass and vocal, Nick Maurer, guitar, and Rex Hill on drums.
Well, it's hard to drive yellow lines. All those tears in your eyes. Grip the wheel and hold on tight. Well, it's gonna be one hell of a ride. Well, I know you've been there too. Well, the radio won't get loud enough. Well, you just keep speeding up. Calm, cool, and numb and stuff. What have I done? Oh, what have I done? Oh, what have I done? Oh, what have I done? The whole world's been falling apart. Worst part is I hurt a woman's heart. Well, where can we start? Well, I don't want to make this the end. What have I done? What have I done? just trying to get home to you. But all the damn maps are ruined too. Well, I can't believe I said those things. Well, I can't believe I did those things. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, what have I done? Oh, what have I done? Oh, yeah, that's not it. First time, all right. I'll take it. Thanks, guys.
We're here at the Whitewall Sessions with Mathew James and the Rust Belt Union. Welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Hey,
Thanks for having us.
This was a great session. So this band is from Des Moines, but there's a Detroit connection here, right? Tell us about that.
I moved to Des Moines from Detroit 4 years ago, I think now, just about. Yeah. I had met Larry in Detroit. He used to stay with us. He toured around with a band by the name of Rumble Seat Riot. So we used to host him, and yeah, he was one of the first guys that I met in town, and I was working at a bar. I met Nathan, and then I started working at a guitar shop, and I met Nick and Rex, and then I was like, you're all going to be in my band now. Quit what you're doing. And yeah, that's how it happened.
Yep.
So you met those guys when you came back. You came to Des Moines.
Yeah, I moved here to Des Moines, and there was a slow period I would visit after. Yeah, well, I live there now, but yeah, I would come back and visit, and finally, I was just like, I'm just gonna move here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Larry, you're from Des Moines, or you live in Des Moines, but you met him in Detroit.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So the band, my last band that I was in before this one, we toured quite a bit, and we went to Detroit a few times, and that's where I met Matt. So he was very, very gracious to let us into his trailer and play till 5, 6 in the morning every time we showed up there, and we would just hang out and drink whiskey, vodka, and play string music.
Whiskey
all night
vodkas.
long.
I forgot about that.
Whiskey
That was our
vodkas.
house drink.
That was
Whiskey
the house-
vodkas.
Yeah.
Whiskey vodkas.
If that kind of
It got
tells
you-
you about
It got you in the
what
mood.
happened.
It got you in the mood to play string music. For
Yeah,
sure.
it was a lot of string music.
So you water down the whiskey with vodka, or you water down the vodka with whiskey?
A little both. You know, it just depends on how wild you want to get.
They left that open, you know.
And so when did you find the rest of the guys? So, I mean, the steel guitar, were you looking for a steel guitar?
No,
Or pedal steel?
I wasn't. We just we ended up clicking. Where were we? The gas lamp hanging out? Yeah, we were at the gas lamp in Des Moines and talking. And I think maybe you had heard of some of my old band or something. I don't know how it happened. And we just started talking, and I was like, yeah, man, let's get something going. And I think me and you were the first two people to actually meet up.
Yep.
I didn't really plan on building a whole band, but it just kind of happened, you know. I think I got Larry. Rumble Seat Riot was losing their guitar player, and they approached me to play for them. And then our singer decided he wanted to open his business again. So that band kind of slowed down, and I was like, well, I'm just going to take everybody else from that band too. And now here we are.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, it was like 2 years ago.
3 years ago.
3?
Probably.
2018?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, just
Because
about.
you and I moved into town about the same time. And, yeah.
Yeah, wow, 3 years, yeah.
So Nick is the pup of the band. He's about 10 years
Yeah,
younger than
that's
everybody.
Juice Box.
All right.
Juice Box.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Juice Box.
Juice is loose.
He knows karate. He protects us when we're in bad parts of towns.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
So how did you get into this band?
Well, I actually worked with Matt at Guitar Center in Des Moines, and then I recorded their first record before I was in the band. And then their guitar player quit, and they asked me if I wanted to join.
Right. That's right. Brad was moving. Brad recorded the record, and he was moving back to California, but he didn't tell anyone yet. And we kind of felt Brad kind of like sliding away. So we were mixing one night, and I was like, Nick, you recorded us. You should probably just learn all these songs. He was like, what? Really? Yeah, just in case Brad goes. You never know. Something could happen. And it was like 2 weeks later, Brad was like, hey, guys, I'm moving back to California. Sorry about that. Dipped out and was like, oh, it's already good. We got Nick to replace you. It's cool.
And now Juice's life is ruined.
Yeah. Sorry, Juice.
Did they actually call you Juice Box?
Yes.
That's great.
All the time.
We got to talk about the nicknames here in a minute. But I want to talk about drummer.
Yeah.
So Rex, you're fairly new in the band, right?
No, well, I've been in it. I started with them and then had a fallout. Sure, drummers, and then back in, and now permanent back in. But yeah, me and Matt worked at a guitar shop together, and he was like, "Hey, I'm starting a band. I need a drummer," and I was like, let's do this.
Nice.
I'm in.
All right. Well, the sound of this band. Okay, do you get the Tom Waits reference comparison quite often?
We get that one. What else we get? The band. We've gotten the band a little bit. I one time got Rusty Bob Dylan. That was a good one. Only one time though have I gotten Howlin' Wolf, and that one I was like, yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, you got to, when someone throws the names Rusty Bob Dylan, Tom Waits, the band together with a steel guitar, that's pretty good stuff going on there.
Yeah, those are some of my favorite acts to follow for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So do you write the songs?
Yeah.
Matthew?
That's all I'm really good for. I have no other assemble skills. I just sit around all day and write words. I like words and yeah, we write together. I usually have an idea. It's usually like a chorus, verse, chorus idea. Yeah. And I bring it in and we tool around with it for a little while and change it up. And once we get close to it, we'll start kind of editing and making sure it's nice and tight. And, tonight we played some songs that we actually haven't done that with yet. We just kind of put them together. And
It worked.
We're going to do these songs because why not? We let our drummer write a song. That's usually not acceptable, but this one's called The Holidays.
Deep inside, you and me all well. We're all
The White Wall Sessions is recorded at Last Stop Studios in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and is produced by Spectrum Films Incorporated. Executive producers are Jeff Zuger, Doug Taylor, Greggy Johnson, and Jay Fishback. Head of broadcast is David Palmer. Associate producer is Mike Yeager. The White Wall Sessions Radio is produced and edited by Jeff Zuger. Audio recording and mixing by Kevin Phipps, Chad Conrad, August Ogren, and David Palmer. Scheduling and artist relations, Tom Eisner. Be sure to join us again next week. Same time, same place.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.